And Rico came in at the end and caught the tea for us, y'all. Shout out to Reality Check TV Chicago. Make sure you guys subscribe to him if you have not. Today has been crazy. A morning, 10 a.m. So if you're at work, picture it, Sicily, 2024, Dolton, okay? Thornton Township. Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. We talk about what we want to talk about when we want to talk about it. And this has been a wild ride. And I'm going to mention something about this wild ride. Hey, Conscious, thanks for being here. And I'm about to get to your video if that's okay next. Thank you. I haven't even watched it. This is my thing. If y'all didn't know, at the beginning of time, like I'm saying, picture it. We was all riding a bike, thinking we could all have our own opinions and live our life and do what we want to do. However, that ended up not being the case. And it was only recently that it was brought to our attention that what we suspected was that the media was getting fed information about Tiffany Henyard. That's why you see certain news people, they don't show up to certain things unless it has something to do with like an anti-Tiffany Henyard smear campaign. You see certain big, huge YouTubers, they're not covering Tiffany Henyard no more anymore. They're like, wait a minute, yeah, I saw the sign. It opened up how that song go, y'all? I saw the sign. Hit the like button if you in here. And of course, she still has people that hate her. But if you just had the, hope this don't fall. Sorry, guys. I hope you don't hear a crash. But if you just have the sound mind to say, you know what? Let this girl run out her turn or show us proof of what she's done. Real proof, not hearsay. Real proof. Show us real proof of what she's done. It's a problem. You're bashed. You're this. You're that. You're a hater. However, these last couple of days, no matter what side you're on, hold on, guys. Let me put this on. See if this works. Hold on, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now? I'm sorry. I didn't even get to Conscious video yet, so I'm gonna go to that because I'm just excited that she has the warrant list. Hey, let's talk about it. So, the day one I did my first video about Dolton, I got all this love from the Dolton trustees. They were, on YouTube, they were super chatting me, all type of stuff. People were inboxing me stories, different things, and I was just like, well, it's kind of different for me because I'm here. So if I'm here, I see who controls the door. If I'm here, I see who puts the barricades up. If I'm here, I see things differently than other people would see it. Not saying Tiffany is perfect. I'm always going to tell you guys that. I hope you understand. I don't know why two things cannot be true. Nobody's saying that Tiffany's doing everything the right way. But then I also see how she champions for the children out here. I see no one else talking about the youth. So I have to just be honest with you guys on what I see with my own two eyes. Okay. I think it's only fair. Never did I think that it was this whole media storm against Tiffany Henyard. Now we see it's no way. Now, let's talk about it before we get to it. It's no way we pay Lori Lightfoot $30,000 to give us a report, and it's not really a report. And we're okay with it just because Lori came in and graced our community with her presence. Her presence was a present, in the words of Kanye. We have not learned anything. It was basically a stall. It's no way. If you were in the chat today with Critical Smoker, Reality Check TV, or anything like that, and you saw the hearing today with the election board for the independent candidates for Thornton Township supervisor and trustee, can you put a 1 in the chat if you were watching with Critical or and I hope I'm saying it right, but Critical or Reality Check TV Chicago? If you were there, you saw they were challenging. Nate Fields was getting challenging different candidates and stuff like that. People were still blaming Tiffany. Okay. The Republicans, for some reason, nobody go over there and see what they doing. That's why I said shout out to the Republicans. They are so smart. They are so smart. They're flying right under everybody's nose, handling their business, filing their paperwork. Yes, a lot of people don't agree. Some people were challenged. They put the rules out there, but no one cares to report on them but the Lansing Journal, which, shout out to Melanie Youngsma, that's what she did with Tiffany. The Lansing Journal was the only one there at midnight. It wasn't all these YouTubers like me out there covering what was going on when Tiffany got appointed as supervisor 7 minutes before midnight. The only person there was who? The Lansing Journal. But the Republicans, they're just like, they don't care, because all we care about is mess and we hate Tiffany. Okay. Now today, did anybody find it funny? Yes, it was 2 different hearings. It wasn't a Thornton Township meeting. I want to be clear. How easy it was for Chris Gonzalez to call in. So he could vote. He wasn't there, but he was able to call in. So y'all just let that go. And I even saw comments. I'm gonna do a video. I saw comments where people were like, yeah, it's okay for Tiffany people to call in. Excuse me, you know Chris Gonzalez is not a quote unquote Tiffany person. He was in the beginning, but you know they're on the outs right now. It was like she can do nothing. She couldn't even be in the room and sit on a folding chair. Y'all was like, look at her on that folding chair with that wig on. What about the seniors not being able to get to Walgreens or get to the grocery store today or go to their doctor's appointments because the trustees have not been in there to vote, and it's all a stall tactic? It was a good look at first. It's a good look at first. Y'all was saying you were standing up for the people. Now, the fact that Chris Gonzalez did go to that crowded meeting in Homewood, and then he was able to call in. You don't have to be a fan of his or a fan of hers to say, now, wait a minute now. What R. Kelly said, use your common sense, man. Use your common sense. Because he knew that his vote counted today. He knew his vote counted. And with it, Darlene and Clerk Wells, who are just, they're not clerk and trustee at that point, because they're on the, you guys tell me the correct word for it. Goddess, you're here. They weren't members. They were members today. So it wasn't like we were looking at, the clerk and Darlene. The clerk had a vote. Darlene had a vote. Chris Gonzalez had a vote for supervisor. But guess who didn't have a vote? Tiffany. And y'all still was blaming her. And she was in the audience. I am confusion. She didn't even have a vote. It was insane. Oh, and then he showed up to the school board meeting in 149. And we just like, okay. All right. So since we're talking about budgets and loss and stuff like that, I want you guys to go down to my description box. So remember, picture it. Dolton, 6 months ago. Shout out to the Golden Girls. It was about maneuvering when I was getting attacked. And remember, it was the whole I'm going to bring you penniless and I'm going to ruin your life and all that stuff just because I had an opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not running for office. I just had an opinion. So I learned how to maneuver. And one of the things I always done was gig work, eBay, resale, things of that nature. But I wanted to separate this year because of taxes. I wanted to separate my gig work, which is you always want to have more than one stream of income, people, even if it's just a little bit of money, even if it's just door dashing, YouTubing, things like YouTube is not my career. So things like that, you always want to have that and you want to keep it separate. I found this bank account and I found it by this guy named Caleb. He was over here on YouTube and he told me about it months ago. And it's through this bank called Sofi. And you guys can go to my link and I'll put it in the chat. If you join, I always put my little gig money over there. So when times get hard, that's my little stash, right? But that little stash, amongst other things, like you guys have helped me out. Like if I have to do 2 door dashes a day, if I sell one thing on Poshmark a day, it all goes to my Sofi account. But you know how I really make money? Referral links. Okay. So you don't have to be a big YouTuber to get a referral link. And I just want to share that with you guys. And I'm just going to show you what I made today. So today I made $75. That was this morning. And it was just a money referral bonus. You can do the same thing I do. All you do is go to Sofi. It's just a regular bank account. You go over there to Sofi. Another thing, they have insurance. They give you your credit score. They tell you all kind of cool things about your financial status as much as you want them to do. But what I like is that every person I refer, I get $75. And guess what? You get up to $300 once you get a bank account. So your first deposit will be $25. And then if you do a direct deposit, Sofi is going to give you $300 just for joining. And you can do the same thing I'm doing. So if you're interested, it's in the link below. This is just like affiliate links. I'm not selling you Amway, but I thought it was really interesting. And I learned that from another YouTuber and it changed my life. So if I'm short in a day, sometimes I'll look and I'll have a referral bonus. It might be more than I did make with my gig work. So I want to share that with you. So if you feel like you want to join Sofi with me or you need things to maneuver, you don't have to make a deposit. After your direct deposit, you can get $300. But once you join, they fund your account with $25 right away. And then you can refer people and you get $75 each referral. Okay. So that's my little to let you know what else is going on. And it really brought me through a lot of hard times. So you can go right in the description box and you could join Sofi with your girl Burgundy Blue. Okay. Just letting you know. And you can find your own way of how you would like to work it. My friend, she's a therapist. She joined, and doctors and stuff, they give them like $2,000 referral bonuses when people get their student loans on that. So she's a doctor. She referred someone and got $2,000. So just let you know, I know Chase and other banks do the same thing, but since I already had Chase, I went to Sofi. So there you go. Just letting you know. Hey, we're going to lunch. 70. I got $75. So that's $75. It's gonna go to my cable bill garden. But I love to share with you guys what I have going on. And I used to do that before. So I know a lot of my blueberries before this Dolton stuff, that's what we did. We shared on how to make money, how to like make side work. I told you guys that's how I found Hannibal is Hungry, actually. Before I knew who Hannibal is Hungry was, I followed him on the gig work thing. And I learned so much, and that's how I started gig work. I didn't know, and I started my YouTube channel also by following what Hannibal was doing on YouTube, and that's where I put my little gig work YouTube money over on Sci-Fi. So check them out. My invite is there. Click the link. Enjoy. All right. Thank you. That was my commercial. All right. So let's get to Conscious video. Reality Check TV in the house. Let me say hello to everybody here. And what is going on? I think that the whole problem with Dolton is it's been media driven. It's a lot of outsiders. I see a lot of people don't even know if you live in Dolton, you can't vote for in Thornton Town. I mean, that you have the right to vote in Thornton Township. That blows my mind. I've seen that more than once, actually. Even in my comment section, they've told me I don't have a right to vote for Thornton Township because I live in Dolton. I'm like, wait a minute, aren't you part of a politics group? How y'all don't know this? But you know, every gossip train it is, but you don't know the basics of government. And that's not to shame anybody, it's to say, are you really more concerned about the people or are you concerned about the mess? That's the only thing I think is the problem. Because I hate to break it to you. This Negro Dom is Burgundy over here telling you. If Tiffany's not there, 90% of the content creators will have no content who have been bent on making Tiffany titles like ghetto this, hood rat that, like the disrespect, you know what I mean? And they get a lot of clicks from that. No matter what we think of it, who nominated her? Why is one person the hero and the other person isn't? And let's go through history. This is what's really important, and you have to be here to know that. If I correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn I heard Napoleon Harris' name being nominated that same night. Do you guys recall? If you do recall, put a 1 in the chat. If not, go back to the Lancet Journal's video. Tell me what your thoughts on that. They nominated Napoleon Harris, and he didn't get a second. He might not got a first. I don't remember, but I know he didn't get a second. They didn't nominate themselves. And that doesn't mean that any of them, we hate them or anything like that. This is just the history of it. So now, when you see the people locked out, you can say, yes, Tiffany got beat at her own game. I'm not going to argue about that. I would beg to differ and tell you, possibly my personal opinion, heck, if she had that power, would she had used that power as well? She possibly would have. You know what I mean? So I'm not here to argue that. I'm here to say, are you here for the people or are you here for the mess? Because right now, the people are suffering because it's a power play. That's all I'm saying. You know, we can agree to disagree. So Conscious, Gardis, who else is here? We got 55 people in here. Say hello, you guys. Hit the like button. 55 people on only 16 likes. Steven, Gus, Tracy, what's up, boo? Reality Check TV Chicago, thank you for being out there. Reality Check TV Chicago, the Lancet Journal, and Critical Smoker, they were out there, boots on the ground. Thank you for allowing us to have a little bit of, to see what's going on. Black Pearl, everyone here. Dawn Vision, thanks for being here. We were modding our lives away today. Brandon, what's up? Cynthia, I think I said hello. So if I said it twice, my apology. And if I missed you, blame it on my head and not my heart. Okay, so let's go to this video. We found out again, the residents are suffering. Shout out to Conscious, was able to get new warrant lists. Now, how many days? How long? Why? 7 whole days. And we ain't got no warrant list. And then Mama Hill stands up meeting after meeting while everyone's hurling insults at Tiffany. We got to get her out. Why won't you step down? She ain't got to step down. Give it to, she got 2 more months. Just let her ride. We're now seeing who has the power, right? Mama Hill stands up there and she asks all the questions. The water bill. She asked about the water bill, which they have changed the way the meter reading process has gone, and they have not alerted the residents, from what I understand. You know what I mean? It's about to be hell here. So you got the water bill. She's asking about the minutes. She's asking, okay, what about the warrant list? You can't just post that. What about the agenda? I heard that we were going to start. I heard y'all been applying pressure, and now the agendas will be posted, because you have to ask this question. Why are the minutes getting approved, but now the minutes aren't being posted? And at first, it was Keith stopping everything, right? Keith was stopping everything. Now, all of a sudden, Keith is the baby's bathwater, right? So why he's not posting the minutes? Keith Freeman, I mean. It's insane. It's insane. Let's go to the video. Let's go to the video. And y'all let me know your thoughts. Like, it's just about, okay, what are we gonna do? Because are y'all gonna drop Dolton if Tiffany is gone? I told you guys my predictions of if Tiffany will win or not. But once Tiffany is gone, oh, I left out one thing. Shout out to Late Night Crew. Shay's over there. I want to pause right quick. Let me hold on. Oh, shoot, I didn't upgrade my thing. Dang it. Okay, we'll just have to watch this commercial. Hold on. I gotta go back and upgrade my thing. You know, I'm not gonna do it on live because I'm scared. I had that problem last time. Y'all was calling me. Shay, maybe is he gone or he's still there? He's at the home stretch. I see the comments. Shay had a 24-hour marathon. Shay had a 24-hour marathon. I want to share his channel right now. Here he is right here. I don't know if he's coming or going off right now, but I think he's committed to the full 24 hours. I don't know if he made his goal because I was watching earlier. But if you guys didn't know, Shay went through hell. Late Night Crew went through hell just reporting on Dolton. I went through hell by not denouncing him. So if you can, check out his marathon. And if you could donate something, because he actually has a lawsuit he's fighting with YouTube. And we do know lawsuits are expensive, and he didn't expect this. So if you can, shout out to Shay at Late Night Crew. We're praying for you and hope everything goes well. Okay, so let's go on over to Conscious. And let's see what juiciness is going on, because I haven't seen this, so I'm watching with you guys. I said, let me go ahead and go live instead of watching it. And let's watch it together. But Conscious got the warrant list. We've been asking for the warrant list since the beginning of time. Let's see. Thumbs up, and please subscribe to Conscious. I think, Conscious, can you put your link in there? I think it's great to just have you can always have your own thoughts. That's why I think it's so weird to me that people can't think for themselves. I was out there, so I saw everything. Tiffany had a bunch of supporters. No, Tiffany did not bust people in. No, Tiffany was not late. Tiffany was not late. And I want to say Conscious pointed that out in one of her videos. Like, you could hear the bell going off at the church across the street, and it was a church across the street. It was traffic going to the Democrats of Thornton Township caucus. However, it was gridlock you couldn't even get through the street. A lot of people parked under the bridge in Homewood, or at the Homewood Public Library, or at the gas station. The gas station, they just were pulling in their parking because they were like, it was no way to go around. A lot of people were in their cars, and people were holding their spaces. And then Tiffany had Thornton Township buses for warming section, so anyone could have gotten a bus. Napoleon fan, Burgundy fan, you could have gotten a bus and just warmed up because it was very cold. That's all I saw with my own two peepers. Okay. I also saw that, yes, they had a party at 5 o'clock, and you had to be on the list to get in the party. So that's why you see the seats set up, and it was invite only. And if you weren't on the list, then you're out. I have a family member, big Napoleon Harris supporter. He was invited. So this is what happens. You know what I mean? A relative of mine. And it was so weird because I remember they were telling me you have to be on a list. And I was like, why do I have to be on a list to vote? I didn't know it was a party beforehand. So they told us you'll get in at, so people started calling around 5:45 and saying they couldn't get in. Then we were told you'll get in at 6:30. At 6:30, they did let people in, but they let people in 5 at a time. So there you have it. So y'all have the whole thing that your girl Berg saw from the ground up, like on the boots on the ground. I'm only gonna tell you what was happening, so you know. So what you hear, that's both sides were true. Can y'all hear me now? Let me know you can hear me now. No sound on? Dawn, you can't hear me? Is it me? Okay, let's go. Thank you. Let's see. Go to conscious video. Ooh, it's like a movie. But I gotta mute this. Do you get the copyright stuff? Like if you do another one bites the dust. So this is conscious doing the another one bites the dust. I wonder. And the little parrot dancing. That is funny. All right, let's hit play. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Wait a minute. Someone knows secrets? Is this like, it almost sounds like Santa Claus? We're going to be in trouble. Look, wait a minute. It's so funny because it's that time of year and it's someone that knows something. This is interesting. I don't know who they're speaking of, but that is interesting. I'm like, he knows. I tell people, the little children, hello. He knows if you've been naughty. He knows if you've been nice. Wait, so the Amazon accounts are itemized on the warrant list. So when Lori Lightfoot read that report, read the report and said she spent $40,000 on Amazon and she put it up on, wait a minute, where's the Jumbotron? Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. I want to know y'all thoughts on this. Look at this. Look while let's see. Let me find the Lori Lightfoot report. Look at the Amazon list. What's your most shocking thing you saw? I think mine was dog food. But then I forgot they got the K9 dogs. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting over here like, I forgot about that. And what kind of dog food do they eat? And what do they keep the dogs? I never thought to ask that. Okay, let's go right here. I always want to say, hold on. What's the most shocking that this is just one? I haven't even gotten to the nitty gritty. Now, this is what Lori told us. Now, this is the itemized warrant list. This is the plastic gloves, $34. This is all itemized for us to see, you guys. Is this thing on? Is this thing recording? This is the Dolton itemized warrant list for, what's it like, Amazon, February, March, at least February and March, right, of 2024. Now, this is what Lori had showed us in Canva. She went to Canva, or what's that Microsoft Office Paint to Microsoft Excel, and she gave us this, and this is what happened. Now, this is in February, right?
Rationale for that. But what this means is that these credit card bills that are paid do not appear on warrant lists and are therefore not presented to the board for approval. Again, that will be a recommendation that we make, and the board is obviously aware of this issue, which is in part why they took the action that they took the other day to rein in the credit card spending. We also understand from the Kasperic company that the only time a credit card charge would be reflected on a warrant list is if a receipt is provided. And as I've said, our information is that the receipts are rarely provided. We want to highlight a couple of credit card purchases. You're having
now this is slickness at its finest, because this is not the warrant list. Why wouldn't Lori put the warrant list up there? Why wouldn't Lori Lightfoot put the warrant list up here? Now look, let's be clear. This could have been for toys that they gave away at Village Hall, because now that I'm looking at the date, this was 2023. That was in January. It could have been for chairs, extra chairs. It could have been for computer equipment. It could have been for paint. It could have been for roller skates, for Just Ice. I don't know. You know what I mean? It could have been for leggings. I don't know, because we don't see the itemization. But now when we go over here, away from what Lori's showing us, because they made this. So they're telling us in January 5th, 2023, for instance, one invoice was $4,000. We go over so far, and I want to finish Concha's video, and make sure you subscribe to them because they have more information. I'm just watching this video off top. As a resident, I'm seeing what it is. Desk calendar, plastic glove. I mean, not for that time. This is just a different time. Pens, sticky notes, staplers, a hard drive for $175, office supplies for $414, soap $114, a PC $667, dog food $99.99, and they have the invoices attached. So this is why we don't get the warrant list, because it's like what we don't see is hidden from us. What they say, if you want to keep something from someone, put it in a book. This is exactly, and I'm not quoting it right because that was referred to us, but this is a cash window tray, $50. They already got to $2,000 on this one page. Let's continue. Why didn't they show? Why would us as residents, we paid for Lori, basically, allegedly. I'm saying allegedly. Was that for her to hide that? What we need to know what Wayfair, if Wayfair is $7,000, why? What was it for? I'd rather the shock of us knowing what it's for. They hate my guts right now on this live because I know they're listening.
Stand from the Kasperic company that the only time a credit card charge would be reflected on a warrant list is if a receipt is provided. And as I've said, our information is that the receipts are rarely provided. We want to highlight a couple of credit card purchases. You're having the same reaction that we did when we saw this.
And because it's a politician like Lori Lightfoot, and I was somebody that was happy to see Lori Lightfoot be inaugurated in Chicago. I really was. The only time I think I had a problem with Lori Lightfoot was when I saw her raise those bridges and protect that side, that other side of town, and say, "Well, Southsiders." Anybody remember when Lori raised the bridges during the unrest? She was like, "You won't be coming to Ravenswood with your mess. You won't be messing with the Apple store in Bucktown." Do all your damage on 59th. That's how she treated us when the civil unrest happened. Do anyone remember that? But to have her who stood up at Tiffany Henyard's inauguration, do you guys remember that? Do anyone remember Lori Lightfoot having a speech at Thornton Township in support of Tiffany Henyard and stood at this meeting? She stood at this same meeting and told y'all to your face. She said, hey, I only took 1 or 2 pictures with her, and that's because, you know, she asked for them. It's something to that effect. We'll have to play this out. She was like, you know, and Miss Henyard, not this meeting, it was the meeting before. She was like, I know you're concerned, but Miss Henyard likes to take pictures. No. In the words of Trina Downs, are you gonna believe me or your lying eyes? Am I gonna believe you or my lying eyes, or however she says it? Hey, real Magnolia, you're all the ooh, we're not even asking. And then when someone did ask, they said, oh, well, we don't know who bought from Amazon because Dolton doesn't have a business account. Now, come on, y'all. Let's continue. So when we were so starstruck that Lori Lightfoot was coming to Dolton. It was packed. It was jam-packed. So we're so starstruck that the Lori Lightfoot is coming to Dolton. She was like, I had the same reaction you did. Like, y'all, come on, y'all. Is this thing on? Like, we got to think for ourselves.
So in particular, we were very concerned to see the top 3 purchases that were highlighted for you that were booked on January 5th of 2023. That's roughly $40,000, a little more than that, in credit card purchases on Amazon in the same day. And our understanding is that the village does not have an Amazon account. These are somebody using one of the credit cards and charging these amounts using your tax dollars. We suspect we're going to see, as you can see, expenditures at Target, Walgreens, Best Buy, a number of charges that raise questions in our mind. Are these legitimate purchases using the credit cards? What we've also found in the credit cards, I know that there's been a lot of interest in travel, and we are highlighting here on this slide some of the travel that is reflected in the village credit cards. Birmingham, Alabama, and Montgomery, Alabama in March of 2023 with 5 known travelers. Washington, D.C. in 2023 with 4 known travelers. Las Vegas, Nevada.
And you know who allegedly went on all those trips? Keith Freeman. That's why she don't say the name. But I just want y'all to look at this picture right here. And this is Lori Lightfoot at Thornton Township at the podium next to our girl Tiffany. So we have to start just thinking for ourselves. No one's saying Tiffany Henyard is perfect. This is just politics and what's happening. In my personal opinion, I just think some things were promised from a lot of people that did not come to fruition. And that's where we are now. You know, Tiffany could have said, yeah, I'm going to do that and not do it. I don't know. That's my speculation. And with different people. And that's why we're in this pickle we're in now. Because it really was no reason for that Democratic nominee situation to go the way it did if Tiffany so hated in the community. I've been telling y'all since the beginning, that's why people can't stand me when I talk about Tiffany. She has the voice of the people. She goes door to door. She doesn't have the voice of different groups that want to talk about her, or different YouTubers that want to say she's ghetto, or none of that. She has the voice of the people that can vote. She has the people want to vote for her. That's why they came out. That's why a lot of people didn't care. And they wore a I Stand with Tiff's shirt and dared you to say something to them. She has supporters. She's not worried about, you don't see Tiffany on the internet all day going back and forth with people. She drop her video and she go home with Kamal or whatever and mind her business, her baby, and mind her business. She is not on the internet day and night arguing about other people. And what I like about Tiffany, and I will say this, and you can have this on record, if you even approach Tiffany with something, she'll say, hey, do I have your support? Instead of when you go to the other side, like the trustees, their first thing is, we got to get her out of here. We have yet to hear what their plan is to, I guess, quote unquote, reform the South, other than get Tiffany out. Have you guys heard of a plan? Have anyone heard of what they're going to do different? How they're going to make a change? What they're going to do for the youth? What's going to happen that now we haven't got this budget approved in so long? How would they? Because we shouldn't have to hear it's the previous administration for the next 4 years. We should have a plan that they're going to have. You know what I mean? It's just always, she got to go. And when I heard one person, security, get her out of here, I'm like, I'm going to need you to chill. You got a daughter, you got family, and you're supposed to want to be an elected official. You're supposed to just be cool, even with your enemies. Like, just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. All that screaming and hollering, and just calm down, because guess what? The fat lady ain't sung yet. As they say, it's not over till the fat lady sings regarding the opera. She ain't sung yet. We don't know what's going to happen. So sometimes don't be so eager, because you never know what's going to happen next. So that's my 2 cents. And I just like why we don't research stuff. So yes, you have Lori Lightfoot right here speaking in support of Tiffany Henyard. We also can go back and see, we have her right here telling us about the Amazon credit card use and but not mentioning Keith Freeman. So you have to just ask those questions. Hey, what's the deal? And hopefully I can give you a clear answer. I just hope that we have more people that's running for campaigns other than vote for me, I'm better than Tiffany. Now, I'm gonna finish this, but like today we'll get into what was going on. But like the Nate Fields situation, I was happy from what I could hear that I didn't hear him saying anti-Tiffany. He was more in defense of himself. I did hear him bring up Zuccarelli a lot. I wish he would just run on his own what he wants to do instead of trying to make things back to the way Zuccarelli might have had. But I guess I could see the correlation. You want, a lot of people love Zuccarelli, so I get where he's going. But I really am happy that Nate Fields stood on his own, even if he had questions. And a lot of people was like, oh, you need a lawyer, you need this. He didn't have that, but he stood and asked questions and did the best he could do. So that's what I want to say about Nate Fields today. All right, let's finish Conscious video.
feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord.
Wait a minute, they sure got rid of those trusted trustee signs. Where them been at? I haven't seen those nowhere. Conscious, what? Oh my God, they tried to buy you off too? Not too, but this is what was, I mean, like, were you one of the YouTuber people? You know what I mean? Because you guys, this sounds so silly, but I was just oblivious. Y'all saw me. I was just riding the bike. Skip stand. I was riding the bike. I was like, okay, I'm going to go ask Jason House to help me. And then I'm going to go ask Ed Steve to assist me because I'm just going through so much right now with my family, and they really care about the community. And then I'm going to ask Brittany Norwood to assist me. I'll never forget it. Picture it. We're standing outside the board meeting. Me and my girl. I won't say her name because if she don't mind what I say her name, I just won't. And a rose bush catches Jason House, and he's forced to face me because this is after the whole 48-hour notice. And I still came up in there because you can't. What you gonna? Why you? This whole thing where it was like she don't live there, she can't vote there. Like y'all was eating it up. She got this, she got that. Y'all even went down to my birth certificate. To one person. Now you got all these huge YouTubers that got 500,000 subscribers and more. You got all these huge YouTubers on y'all side, but they were worried about me. I think I was the only one I was the only one. I was the only one that was here. And I'm going to tell you another story, and hopefully this could be vouched for. When Shay came to town, and I don't like to throw Shay into stuff because he's done with Dolton. He's like, I'm tired of y'all asses. That's basically, he's like, y'all done cost me so much, I'm tired of y'all. And I get it. But when Shay came to town, he was invited. They rolled out the red carpet. And it wasn't jealousy that they rolled out the red carpet where I was feeling weird. I was like, how am I a blogger in town? Think about it, y'all. This is before anything. I'm a blogger in town. And they didn't want to touch me, right? And then it turned into, oh, it's because I'm too close. It's almost like all of us are crazy, right? I'm crazy. Trina Downs, she's not telling, they don't like her. Mama Hill, something going on with that. Anybody close is something wrong with them, because Trina gonna tell you about the carcinogen waste dump. Mama Hill gonna tell you about the water bills. Trina gonna tell you about the water bills. They're too close. So that's what made me realize that. And that's why I always tell people, y'all can't be mad at people that visited, because once they visited, like Shay, like Grace Levi, they saw a whole different world. They got here like, wait a minute, you mean this is not what I saw on TV? That's why I'm praying that Tommy G, or what's our other guy we love, you guys? the first person to come to Dolton, he doesn't get enough credit. Spencer Cornelia. I pray that they could really come back and just do Tiffany's side now, because they were fed the information on one side. Look at Anton Daniels. Somebody look at Anton Daniels. Did anybody see his latest video? Anton Daniels, he has over 1 million subscribers across platforms. He had all of them interviewing on his channel, and then he all of a sudden was like, Anton right up the street in what, like Detroit or something like that. He all of a sudden was like, nah. this ain't gonna roll, bro. I have too big an audience. I have too big an audience to sway them one kind of way. Even though he's a Republican, I believe, and he doesn't really care for Tiffany, he was just like, nah, dog, y'all ain't gonna get me. Y'all ain't gonna get me. And this is interesting to see whether you have the right to like who you want. I just don't think that the people voices should be stifled if they don't go with the bigger crowd. Does that make sense? Gardis Watts, big name out here. The only man basically standing up and making speeches. You know, it's no disrespect to Dan Lee. I think I'm gonna tell you my favorite mention of Dan Lee was when he told them in 2021 the recall too expensive. You can look it up. December 11th, 2021. That's when they were taping tea with the trustees. You don't see no bloggers. Where's all the bloggers and the journals and all that going to tea with the trustees recording it? Y'all don't even demand that. That's a public meeting. They won't let nobody in that's not a part of their team. This is interesting. Now, hopefully after that statement, y'all will see a different one the next Saturday. Let's go. I forgot to finish up regardless. He was speaking up. We had our fists in the air. We're screaming, yay, Gardis for president. Then as soon as he said, well, you know what? I think everybody should have, this is not what he said, but I'm just ad-libbing. I think everybody should have their own voice. Boo! Tomatoes. Tomatoes. Want to talk about this, and you guys please subscribe to Conscious to get the rest of their video. I don't want to just, I'm almost at the end, but I just don't want to, I want y'all to finish it over there. The warrant lists have been released to Conscious. Okay, y'all was in Critical and Reality Check TV chat going off because Tiffany Jaworski, I believe her name is, she's with the Delgado group. She was the lawyer for today, right? And you guys, I linked Conscious video right there. So Tiffany Jaworski was on the panel today for on the board for the elections today, and y'all was going off. It's Tiffany's fault, not Tiffany Jaworski, but it's Tiffany's fault for having Tiffany Jaworski there. And if you go to Conscious video again, you'll see how long Tiffany Jaworski has been involved. Even when Riley was around, she was a lawyer, I believe, for like Tiffany and Kiana Belcher, if I'm not mistaken. But y'all ain't say nothing about Bert Olson. Now, Bert Olson, what are you doing over here? Bert, and I think that's McGrath, or it's somebody else from his firm. Nice color tie, by the way, young man. I like that coral. But they're over here with Napoleon Harris. So they're guiding the trustees. And now, I mean, they're the lawyers for the trustees. And they're over here at Connect the Dots, DOTTS. Y'all ain't say a word. So can we just be fair? So I guess it's what good is for the goose is good for the gander. Why are we not mad Bert over here? But we mad because Delgado over there. we got to pick it. We got to pick a struggle, and we got to stand up and say, no, enough is enough. Because at the end of the day, everybody, including the lawyers, got 2 or 3 positions. Everybody got a million positions going on through here with different boards, and it's all commingled and it's all favoritism. And no, Tiffany is not the only one trying to keep her job. Keith Price is not the only one trying to keep his job. Look at everybody. Look at everybody. That's all I want to say. So make sure you subscribe to Conscious, and that would be, it's just going to be amazing to look at what's going on. Just look at what's going on from a different perspective. Thank you, Conscious, for getting these warrant lists that we as the residents can't even get. You get a FOIA, it's not answered. I think we should fight that. If your FOIA is not answered, you should fight it, period. Because right now we got a clerk and a deputy clerk. So the clerk got enough time to just pass it on to the deputy clerk, right? Because at first, again, history, Keith Freeman was the one not answering the FOIAs. Remember, he took that duty from Clerk Key. Now Clerk Key, Deputy Clerk, and Keith Freeman, they're all aligned, right? So why we're not getting FOIAs answered or responded? All right. Oh, it's only an outro to what's coming. Oh no, Conscious said this is only an intro to what's coming. Thanks for getting those warrant lists. Thanks for letting us know what was on some of the Amazon bills. I think that's so cool that we can at least see from an itemized list and to know that they saw the itemized list. They saw what was going on. So when you saw that $40,000, because look, technically, you guys, why they didn't show us what was going on in 2024? Why they wanted to show us what was going on in 2023? That's probably that probably in my head, assuming, was the biggest Amazon purchase we've ever seen. Isn't that crazy? What's up, Chavis? Y'all, this is interesting. This is very interesting. We have the warrant list itemized, thanks to Conscious. Okay. Whew, that was a lot. Okay, what else did I want? What else did I say I wanted to talk about? I wanted to talk about a little bit about the meeting today. And if you didn't know, welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. We talk about what we want to talk about when we want to talk about it. I need to do a little more research, but I don't think what happened to Tiffany Henyard and anyone else, we're supposed to be able to walk in that meeting and raise our hands. I could have walked in there and said, hello, I'm Burgundy Blue, from what I understand. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. And as long as I had everything in line and I was a registered Democrat, I could have not been nominated for what I want to be nominated for, and y'all could have contested it. If you haven't seen the Republican nominations, I suggest you go to the Lansing Journal and watch how their nominations went, and it was amazing. It was nice where you could really see the order and what was happening. Okay. I don't think it was fair what they did to Tiffany. When she came in, I thought the people should have been able to vote. I think in my head, Tiffany may have been outnumbered anyway, but I think they were scared. Now they could have said they would have been scared. People would have caused a commotion, but history, it was a commotion anyway. People were loud, and now I was listening to Martin G. Johnson last night. They said kids was able to vote and say aye. Man, now that's what I think is going to break them, because that's the thing about video. Video does not lie. Let's go back to Reality Check TV Chicago. And I think Dolton Trustees also did a video where you could see children saying aye to vote. They're not old enough to vote. What was going on right there? Or people who addresses or who have not signed the affidavit, they were able to vote. So when you hear a bunch of people saying aye, this is quite interesting. What do y'all think? Did you guys hear that? What I want to see what y'all think. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Mama Hill. Mama Hill says, hey, all in the chat. She said hello. everybody warrant list now, all the lawsuits hollering. She said, Conscious, I believe in you. So yeah. Don said a strong elder in the community who has stood despite the attacks and disrespect. Mama Hill said, y'all ain't running me away. And yeah, his chat, Martin doesn't even pay attention to his. Wait a minute. Maybe it's my computer. Maybe it's my computer because I need a new one. Let me not panic. Now, it could be an error. Let me not panic. Let me screenshot this. Timestamp or it didn't happen. It could be an error. Hold on, because we don't assume over here. We do research. Okay, let's go to videos. Let's go to lives. Right here. Here we go. So everybody in there had to register and all that cool stuff. So let's see if we see, because I want to see from this angle. I haven't seen from other angles. I haven't seen from this angle. And I'll go, this is Dolton Trustees Live. Let's see what's going on a little
bit. She couldn't even run. Time is up for the time is up for her. The time is up. The people are uniting.
I'm not even trying to be mean because I don't know what Ed Steve went through. I want to be clear when I say this. I don't know what Trustee Steve went through, so I'm not here to judge. Again, I repeat, I don't know what he went through. It's a 4-year fight for him. Tiffany definitely embarrassed him and said the nah, goodbye. I did not like that. I want to be clear. He be mad. His blood pressure this is not healthy. He be angry. That's all I want to say. Like, it's so weird. I'd be like, okay. Is it just me or do y'all feel like that too?
To change this reality. We can't depend on nobody else and nobody's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. Next day is Clean House 2025 in Dolton. We gotta get her out of Dolton too. Mary Avant, that's one of the trustees elected. We got 2,000 people watch. Unasked that seat. Chris Gonzalez, he's nominated.
It's no way Chris Gonzalez to be nominated. I'm sorry. I don't know. Whoever getting with that, that's sad. That's really sad. He got over in the front and in the back. He got over from the rooter to the tutor. He got from Z team to Tiff team. Now he's Napoleon team. He skip a pancake or a flip flop. Chris go wherever the wind blow.
And the Democratic committeeman of Thornton Township. The committeeman is different than the supervisor. Remember that the committeeman is the political position for Thornton Township.
So I want to explain something to you guys, not to overstep what Ed saying, but yes, he's right. The Democratic committee man is Napoleon Harris. Who was anybody know who our previous Democratic committee man is? This is so we can do our homework together. Before Napoleon, who was our Democratic committee man? I'm gonna give you a guess, and I want you guys to answer in the comments.
The supervisor is the one that's over the services. 2 different positions.
Me neither, Magnolia. I'm looking too.
So he's running for supervisor, and he can be a supervisor and the committee man.
Yes, Frank Zuccarelli. And Frank Zuccarelli, so basically, for lack of a better word, Napoleon Harris would be if he's elected as supervisor, he would just be doing the same thing Frank did, hold 2 positions. Frank held it for a long time. He was Democratic committee man. He was, I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, you guys, but do your own research. I want to say for 20 years, Democratic committee man. He also was a supervisor of Thornton Townships for as long as I've been born almost. And then he was also the president of South Suburban College. He had like really 3 big seats. Who's the president of South Suburban College now, you guys? I haven't even, or the committeeman, who is it? Frank Zuccarelli held that. Am I saying the president? No, he wasn't the president. What was he? Gardis, can you correct me? He was a committee man for Frank. He was big at South Suburban. I'm sorry, you guys. Let me see, because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Supervisor of Thornton Township. What Frank he was on the Ingles board too. Now see, that's something I didn't know. So he was chairman. That's what it is. Thank you. Chairman of South Suburban College. Thank you. Chairman. I'm saying the wrong thing. So who's the chairman of South Suburban College now? This is important to know. And you know what? You guys, I'm not judging anybody. I'll say this on record. Surprise, 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 surprise. Let's go over here. I thought it was him. Guess who that is? Terry Wells, the mayor of Phoenix, husband of Clerk Wells. That's who sits next to Tiffany as the clerk of Thornton Township. I want to give her credit in her own right. This is interesting. This is just interesting to see. Wow. That's interesting. So it's a lot of people out here that gets more than one position, and that's probably not for the best. I'm not a politician, so I'm not trying to say it is or it isn't. It could be for the best. It could not be for the best. Frank held those 2 positions, 3 positions, 4 positions for a million years. So I don't know. So let's see. So I'm just basically saying, if he gets this part, he's sitting just almost in the position as Frank. All he would have to do is be in charge of that board, like Frank was. Yeah, that's Clerk. Yes, that's Clerk Wells' husband. And see, I don't like to assume and be like it's a conflict of interest, because I don't know what everything entails, but this is kind of weird. So if I had to predict the future, like I said, I'm doing my That So Raven zoom in. I got the magic 8 ball. If Napoleon got in, because remember, they don't have Clerk Wells as a clerk. All they got to do is get the Wells up out of there. Terry may be out of South Suburban, and Clerk Wells would be out of the Thornton Township. And that would be an easy takeover where he would have 3 seats. If we're playing politics, as Trina says. I don't see any kids that. I like to be fair.
Thornton Township Democratic Conference has come to order. Everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty.
I don't see any kids yet. Just letting you know, I don't know if I'm missing teenagers, but from this view, I always like to be honest about stuff. Also, and Steve, get a tripod. And I'm only saying that, not you, not me. He's a professional cameraman. This is what he do: audio, visual, all of that stuff. Why is this so bad? You not Burgundy Blue. You know what you're doing. Get a tripod, a stabilizer. Because I'm a person that get kind of shaky as well.
Chair recognizes Mayor Jones, President of the City. Legislator Harris, like to make a motion for Dr. Lewis and the Congress of our last meeting held on November 21st, 2024. I second that. All in favor of the rules being adopted, say aye. Aye. Next order of business is the appointment. Quiet, please. Next order of business is the appointment. We shall appoint the election judges. We shall appoint the election judges. We shall appoint the election judges. The next outburst will be removed from the caucus. The election judges are as follows.
I don't think that's fair because, okay, can I tell y'all why I don't think that's fair? Now, it's probably fair because we don't know who said get on the microphone. All they said was get on the microphone. You got a room full of senior citizens. You got people in the rafters up above. So we even heard Paul Roberts when he was leaving in the interview say, I couldn't hear nothing. It was so loud. So I think that's fair. I don't think it should have been next outburst to be up out of there, but that's my opinion. Also, we got 85 people in here. Hit the like button.
Jason House and Chief Judge Kiana Gelson.
Well, I was there, Lenny. Nope, it was room in there. It was room in there. But I always like to tell y'all both sides. I can see how they would say they did spread the tables out like it was the chicken at the funeral. Like they were sitting up there having a repast. So yeah, it could have been.
The parliamentarian for this evening is none other than Bert Olson. And our secretary is Casey Netta. We have our Sergeant of Arms, Edward Bowman, and Assistant Sergeant of Arms, Perry Steele. Next, we're going to open the floor for nominations. We're going to open the floor. You have not been recognized.
I'm sorry. Do anybody else? I swear, only in Dolton, only in Thornton Township. Tiffany's like, excuse me, you have not been recognized. She's clearly, wait a minute. I had secondhand like embarrassment, and that's why I love Tiffany's spirit. Like, I don't know what to call it. People like to diagnose her with whatever. Like, they be like, oh, she's a narcissist. She's this. I just think she be out there with her check. She done been rang through the ringer, and she like, well, skip that. I'm still going to say what I had to say. And it's so funny to see nobody, when she said, excuse me, everybody was scared to look her in the eye. It was hilarious. But he like, you have not been recognized. We've been to enough board meetings to know we both sitting there like, oh no. Well, it happens in our board meetings. So what, that's what's so bad. We can't say anything. Like, we really sitting up there, we like, this is wrong, but then we go back to do y'all know what I'm trying to say? Am I conveying it correctly? I think this is totally wrong. But then sometimes I go to the Dolton board meetings and I'm like, well, damn. What can I do? I'm trying to save it. And I think you'll fit in on my block list. Hold on, Sherry. Hold on. I got something for you, baby. Here you go. Here you go. Boop. Have a good day. That's where you'll fit in at, love.
So have a seat.
Washington has been recognized.
All the people are outside. How you start a meeting without like people?
Please receive Mr.
Outside.
Hey, Sherry. See you at the crossroads. Get on out of here. We having a discussion. Get on. You won't be alone. There's plenty of them over there, sis. So yeah, let's continue. I still don't see any kids, so I'm not gonna vouch for anything I don't see.
The people start coming in at 6:30. Y'all gotta let the people in. This is not right. Y'all have to.
Get out.
And you know what? I want to say this. Okay, question. Because this is happening in real time and it's on video, I want to say this, and I could be totally wrong. So I feel like they probably felt like it was legal and it was nothing that she'd be able to do, but it's videoed, you know what I mean? And so now she has evidence. But wait a minute, is that a baby up there? I can't tell. See, in the white coat, not a baby, but a youth. I can't tell. It could be a older woman with a coat. But what are the rules of the floor caucus? Yeah, I don't see any kids. I don't see the kids yet. I'm always gonna tell y'all what I not yet. I don't know if they were hiding, whatever, but I don't yet. I'm only gonna tell you what I see. I want to be fair. Also, Tiffany was there on time. I'm telling you that I was there. Tiffany was there on time. This is my thing. What if can I say this? And I'm not. This is just a question. What if they got bad advisement, just like they got bad advisement during the recall? You know what I mean? So where they're listening to Bert Olderson, who told them to recall Tiffany. So I know they like to say, oh, well, you know, she was recalled. I think she was recalled by like 56%. I think the people really did vote to recall Tiffany, right? The people that came out, she was recalled 56%. However, Bo Olderson and his crew, they're the ones that did the recall and missed the technicality, and that's how Tiffany did not get recalled. What if they're getting the same bad advisement? And that's why I feel like we in this community recycle the same people. Like, can you imagine? Like, just picture it. This is your business. This is what's going on. And your lawyer tell you to do something and you lose everything. Would you keep that lawyer around? I just want to know y'all opinions. What if they got bad advisement again? You see what I'm saying? That's all. Don't know. Just wondering.
Let the people choose. You can't control the people. No, let them in. Let them in, Claudia. You started me when I was
and man, okay, so we go back to this. If we want to say how many people were inside versus outside, it was less people outside. So I don't see the point of letting a few more people in and just giving her the time to. What was wrong? I don't know. You guys let me know the rules all the way if you guys are really versed in it. But what would have been wrong in this whole room full of Napoleon supporters, right? Wouldn't it look better if he would have just won in the caucus instead of him ignoring her? Because at this point in the room, let's say they would have said, okay, the fire marshal was in there. Let's say he would have said, I got room for 50 more people. And they would have let 50 more people in. And those 50 people would have voted for Tiffany. But then the 400 people would have voted nay for Tiffany. He would have still won. Wouldn't it seem more fair? You know, I'm just asking. Let me know y'all thoughts. I'm just trying to think of how this could have worked out a little better and it been fair and square instead of a confusing mess. Oh, and lastly, everybody said it's been a long time since we had a caucus. I've been looking it up and stuff like that. I'm planning to go to the library this weekend as well. When was the last caucus? I have yet to hear anybody tell us the last time Thornton Township did have a caucus. Because if you didn't know, these caucus rules came out in July of 2024. So when was the last time we had a caucus? Can anybody let me know in the comments? I love you guys, and I love having this discussion with you. All right, let's continue.
Into the front. Please repeat your motion as well. I make a motion to nominate the Napoleon Harris slate.
Come on, now, you know that's not right.
The township clerk, Casey Matthews, the highway commissioner, Anson Russell, the township assistant.
Okay, so I always want to say this because I always like to be clear. I think if Tiffany, what you guys think? So the man walked up right here and he said, I want to nominate the Napoleon Harris slate, right? So after the nominations were called, I thought that we could all walk up, not we, I ain't walking up, but I thought we could walk up and get our nominations in, right? Couldn't after he spoke, could Tiffany have spoke? That's why I want y'all to look at that Republican nominations. I'm telling you that for a reason, because I'm sitting over here like, okay, the way the Republicans did it, it was so easy and so easy and simple and matter of a fact. But I think that we're not, like, when he said he nominated him, okay, and it just went on. You know, it just went on. And then maybe then someone else should have stepped up for Tiffany and said, I nominate her. And then somebody could have stepped up for Joe. And Napoleon's a bigger name. He's the most recognizable face. I just don't, maybe they wanted this. I'm not, you know what I mean? I just don't see the issue. Yeah. Conscious what? Thank you. Sloan Mo said it's common to have nominations for the floor. Okay. So thank you for telling me that. So we'll have to revisit this whole video and Rico video because I want to see the children. I'm sure that if Keith Price and them said they had it, they got whatever they got over there. I don't see it, so I don't like to say stuff that I don't see. The only person I see that looks somewhat like a child, you see a little white coat up there in the rafters. That's all I see. And it could have been 17-year-olds who it could have been an 18-year-old who's able to register to vote, just look really young. You know what I mean? I don't know. But they need to I know what they will get in trouble with. The people that saying I up in there, they need to be registered voters of Thornton Township. Now, something that y'all probably have never thought about, but I am, because y'all know I do fashion. In my head, I'm always about looks and stuff like that, social media stuff. This right here. Why is everyone wearing with the dots wearing the Klarna badge? Like, was this sponsored by Klarna? Did y'all notice that, or was it just me? Because I was sitting over here like, okay, what is going on with these Klarna badges around everybody? We could have had Dots lanyards. We could have had Beggar's Pizza lanyards. We could have had Napoleon Harris lanyards. We could have had Thornton Township lanyards. We could have had Homewood lanyards. Am I reading too much into this? I just find it really suspicious that all the lanyards were Klarna. Was it just leftover lanyards? I just wanted to bring that up on the record. I just found that really interesting that, Steven, don't get Steven. Steven, don't come over here making me laugh today. Somebody saw a baby in a stroller. A baby in a stroller boat. I needed that laugh. I just want to keep our eye on this. This could be nothing. It could be people emailing, because it's social media, it's PR, it's content creating. Hey, once the huge football player win, everybody had it's sponsored by Klarna. I'm just like, are we on the payment plan? Like, what are we doing? Why are we sponsored? Why has everybody got the Klarna? You can go to Dollar Tree and get lanyards. I was just wondering, did anybody else see that, or is that just my eyeballs? And Steven, don't make me laugh like that. Oh, okay, let's go back. Tiffany was like, illegal. All right, let's go back. Now, if it is illegal, she has a case. For sure. If all this is playing out and people are looking at the justice that was not had, even though let me tell you, you guys, this is my opinion, they may look at what's happening in Dolton and not give a hell about us out here standing outside, want to get in our own board meeting. They actually may not care. J.B. Pritzker might not care. But we don't know what higher ups are out there in the universe that see it's a state senator that they possibly are at odds with. I'm just saying in my head, and they find it their time to play politics, if you will. And we don't know. We don't know. I just think this is important. Burks, y'all see that? Y'all see that? This sergeant, look, I never noticed this. This is one of the sergeant at arms. And look what Bert said. Look what Bert said. Watch him walking up on Tiffany. But I think that even though we have our odds with Tiffany at the township, I keep on saying that. I don't know why people don't see I'm saying that clearly. You have your issues on what you feel about Tiffany at the township. Why is no one fighting for the people to be heard? Having this party right before, if Tiffany would have had a party right before the election, what y'all would have said? Not to say she wouldn't have pulled the same thing Napoleon did if she had the power Napoleon has. I'm not saying that. But if she would have did that, what would y'all be saying? No one's saying anything. He almost bust a vocal cord, child.
Out of here. She's out of here. She's out of here. She's out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. She's out of here. She's out of here. She's out of here. Get out of here. She's out of here. Don't that. Yeah, she's voted out. She's out. She's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Get her out of here. Security, get out of here. She cannot run. Yo, this is crazy. Yo. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for you.
It's a recap. The Democratic slate that will represent Thornton Township at the April 1st consolidated election reads as follows. For Supervisor, Napoleon Harris.
Yeah.
Chris Gonzalez, Mary Vaughn. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming out and participating in the caucus.
Yeah. Yeah. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. It's a wrap for her. It's a wrap. She's going to tell her story, but hey.
Okay, so we got to see it from the Dolton trustees' point of view. Let's go over to Reality Check Chicago point of view. And this is just interesting to see. This is what happened. But Steven, I keep on telling you to leave me alone today. You and Don ain't gonna mess with me. Oh my God, y'all got me. Yeah, you know what? You know what's so bad? I understand the front. Can you imagine feeling embarrassed when that happened to you? I could understand that. That's why I'm wondering what made them recall her like within the 2 days of her being in the office. Like what did I'm exaggerating, but it makes me think about that. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm only, saying. But don't we learn about karma? See what Tiffany did to Ed? See what happened to Tiffany? So how do Ed not think that boomerang, it never stops, it's a boomerang. I guess it's a hula hoop. It keep going around and around and around. So it could have been a little more chill from my point of view, but I don't know what he been through. So I leave it there. But I think that it could be a little more chill. Like you have your resolve in knowing that you got your nominee complete and knowing that you're still on a ticket in Dolton, possibly, right? So I don't think we need to cancel our vocal cords and raise our blood pressure at that point. But that's just me. But I don't know. But hey, I ain't been through what they been like. I ain't walked in their shoes. You know what I mean? In Ed's shoes. So I'm just leaving it as that. All right, let's look at this room from Reality Check TV. Chicago, let me know if you see the baby. Steven said he saw a baby in a stroller. He saw a baby in a stroller with a ballot. Let's see if Steven. Y'all are so funny. Hit the like button. It's the afternoon. We gonna have a good time. Steven said he saw a baby with a bottle and a ballot. Let's go and see. Let's see what Steven saw.
As well. Can you hold on to that for me, please?
Wait, am I at Dalton? I'm on Dalton Trustees. I'm about to say I said, why is Reality telling him to hold on to something? Okay. All right, let's go back. So let's see what's going on. Love you guys. Hit the like button. As long as we're respectful in the chat, everything is welcome. Like we don't have to bash anybody over here. We're just talking about it, then having our own discussions on how we feel, because this is serious. This is serious for a lot of people. A lot on both sides, not one side, both sides. And y'all, that's about control. Because if Tiff had control, we had things one way. Now Napoleon has, being on turf. Is that what we want to say? Turf. Excuse me, guys. Let's see. Turf. All right. So we see I don't see any babies yet. That's me. But y'all see somebody pulled the Thanksgiving food out the freezer and fed everybody. So this Reality Check TV perspective. Let's take a look. Don said, if you go Tyler Perry, then Tyler Perry, right? Okay, because this was a whole Tyler Perry play. I ain't gonna lie. But you know what? The sad part is, some people will win in this thing. Some people will win, and it's gonna be a lot of people that have promises. You're gonna see. I already told y'all gonna see all the players they're gonna either have appointments in positions, or they're gonna have jobs at Thornton Township or the Village. So I guess may the best person win, and let's see how things change, since they thought they could do better than the other administration, right? And that's where we are. Steven, I gotta go reheat my coffee. Don't start. Individual wrestler, good to see you. Said, I thought I heard there was 600 people in there. It looks less than 200. It wasn't that many people. It was not that many people. It was not 600 people in there, but it was a lot. Now, I'm not a mathematician. I would say maybe on the floor, it was a lot of people. In the rafters, it was room. it's a public space. Maybe you can see how many. This would be a good video for you. How much did this building hold? Because it was an auditorium where you play basketball, you vote, you do all that stuff. They could have opened the stage. Y'all ever saw that? Have you ever been to different places and they open the stage and that's where the choir is and stuff? So that's room for more people. You see where that curtain is over there? So I don't know. Now, outside where I was, I could estimate it was a little over 200 people outside for sure. And it might have been more because people were in their cars. People were warming up in the van. People were like, hold my space in line. And the fire station next door let them in just to be warm. So it was a lot of people outside trying to get in. I will say that. Thanks for being here. Oh, okay. 300. Yeah, I don't think it was 600 people in there. It was a lot of people, but not 600. No. Yeah, I still don't see. Hey, Dawn, I'm only gonna give it 100. I don't see any children yet either. I'm only gonna tell you. I see a couple of mink coats up in there. You know how the elders love that full length mink. They had their minks on. I see that going on. Each table probably had what, 10 chairs? Let's see. 1, 2. That's a good way for y'all to count. I'll say 10 chairs at a table. 3, 6, 9. Yeah, about 10 chairs at a table. So how many tables out there? Look like 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So that's a good way for y'all to start. I know it's hard to look at the people walking around. So you could say maybe 10 to 12 people at the table. This is Berg's estimate. And then you see maybe, maybe 10 tables on the floor. Okay. Then you got your media. Then you got the people up in the stands. So I think if they would have opened up that, I've been places where it's a gymnasium and you're up on the stage as well, but that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for you. Still don't see. But if they saw it, I'm not saying that they didn't see it. I'm just saying this is what I saw so far. This is what I saw so far. Okay, so let's listen in a little bit.
Do you own your own home in Illinois and are still...
Sorry, y'all, I didn't do my thing up. Hit the like button. Let's continue. Let me skip these little ads right here. I've never seen this much interest in politics ever. I don't think people was this interested in the presidential election as much as Dolton. So Tiffany got in there. And it was hard because it was so funny. Okay, true story. Y'all saw my video. I really hate Tiffany brought the baby in there. You know what I mean? I really hate they brought the baby in there. But because it's just so much, the energy. I'm not saying anybody was going to do anything to the baby, nothing like that. So look, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I just hate that energy. Wait a minute. Is that a baby? Oh, no. I thought that was a baby. That's a lady coat. That lady coat started moving. Y'all see that purple coat over? Y'all see that purple coat? I said, is that a baby? That lady coat started moving. It's like the energy of the people. I felt so bad. And she's clutching to Kamal for dear life. No matter what we think, we don't know people's personal life. I don't know. I wonder, if I had to gossip, and I hate that, but sometimes we have to, as my friend would say, gospel. I just wonder how the dad, not to say Kamal's not the dad, because y'all know I believe it takes more than blood to make you family. Believe that. But I wonder, by it being so public, how the baby daddy how he lets this just, and he don't try to say, I'm gonna get my baby this week. I'm not saying, you know what I mean? Am I making sense? I'm so confusion on that. Like, none of my business. Kamal, when I saw when Tiffany left, sorry y'all, I'm printing off my label. Some people shocked. When I saw Tiffany left, she left out. Kamal had that baby was still clutching to Kamal, and he was protecting Tiffany and the baby. And I was just looking like, and the look on his face was just like, I'm gonna have to calm her down, because Tiffany face, the way she was looking to me was just like, man, you know, what can I do? It's over at this point. But then the way Kamal was looking was like, man, dang, I'm about to hear this all day. You know what I mean? That kind of look, but not in a negative way. And this is even gonna be harder on our family situation. Like, I feel like it's just 3 years of everybody, the people fighting for, the people fighting against. It's been 3 years of this, maybe 4 almost, the entire time. Like, it's couldn't pay me. Stephen in here cutting up still, y'all. Okay, so Tiffany finally got in there. The people still sitting there. They fed them they took the Thanksgiving food out the table. Let's see, out the freezer. Let's see. I still don't see any. Okay, let's see if reality got into the rafter part. Let's see up there. No, this still the vote. Let's see. So shout out to Reality Check TV. He did the vote. He go a little bit of what's going on up there. Like I said, it was room up there. I don't know. The person in the checker coat could be a kid. I'm just assuming. But if did I see anybody say goo goo gaga? Not yet. Not yet. I'm not saying they lying. They probably saw more than I did, because I do know that some of them were like fighting at the door to get people in. Uh-oh, they go our commercial again. Hold on, guys. Hold on so we can upgrade. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see people walking around right here. Yeah. Let's see what's going on right here. Let's see. People just walking around. People having a good time. They happy. But anyway, let's get off of this, because we're looking for one infant. If they saw a kid, they just submitted it to the judge. Okay. I didn't see anything so far. But did y'all see? Because I just saw Thaddeus. You saw what they had going on in Calumet City. So we had that. It's been a busy week out here. So let's go to Calumet City. They then got locked out. They got locked out of. Now, if you didn't know, Thaddeus Jones is the first Black mayor of Calumet City. I don't know if you guys knew that. He's also a state rep as well. But he got in some trouble back in the day. Y'all let me know what Thaddeus got in trouble. I think he got indicted. So I think, or he was let me just hold up on Thaddeus. He got in trouble with some back in the day. However, he ended up being a state rep. Sorry, let me look it up. See, I sound like everybody else. I'm just telling y'all what's going on. Let's look it on up. But he's the first Black mayor of Calumet City, just so y'all know. So Thaddeus Jones is a name that it's familiar, and usually he's sometimes the only name on the ballot when we do that. He is our. Thanks, you guys. Anybody putting it in there? Investigate. Thank you, Gardis. Thank you. Gardis Watt saved my life. He was not indicted. He investigated by the FBI. So you mean our guy, Mr. Cheeks, he was the only one indicted in Riverdale, right? The Riverdale mayor. And he's still the mayor of Riverdale, child. So Thaddeus got in a little trouble. But he beat the odds. He like, take a look at me now. So he did that. And he is this is the committees he's on. Family and Law Probate Subcommittee. He's a chairman of Insurance Committee. He's a Judiciary, hard word for your girl to say, Civil Committee, Labor and Commerce Committee, Minority Impact Analysis Subcommittee, Prescription Drug Affordability Committee, co-chairman of Special Issues Subcommittee, Workforce Development Subcommittee. And yeah, so he is part of 29th State House District. Okay, and he don't like Tiffany. If that's his real title. So, but he got in a little issue. He's with the Illinois House of Representatives. He got in a little issue over here in Calumet City. So Thaddeus, you know the thing about Thaddeus that I saw on the outside looking in, and it's so funny. I was watching the video Hannibal dropped over there. Shout out to Hannibal was hungry. He dropped the video, and he said Calumet City. He did a video on Thaddeus. I was shocked. So some people that think a certain way because of stuff that's happening behind the scenes, I think it's pretty cool that he went over and covered a different part, and he covered Thaddeus. I just thought it was a different angle. He looked at stuff with shows. He's researching stuff himself. But one thing that Hannibal said was that Calumet City is 10 minutes away from Dolton. And people were eating him up in the comments. Technically, as a resident, yes, they were like, you could just walk over the bridge and be in Calumet City. I get it. You can. Dolton, you can walk to Calumet City from Dolton in 3 minutes, literally. However, if you want to measure, which I don't know if that's what he was doing, Village Hall, so Dolton Village Hall and Calumet City Village Hall would be 10 minutes away. You guys understand? Because Calumet City is big and it goes way east on the border of Indiana. So from Village Hall and Calumet City, it would take me 10 minutes. I mean, Village Hall and Dolton, it'd take me 10 minutes to get over there to Calumet City Village Hall because it's all the way east. So I just want people that were kind of going hard in the comments about that to know, yeah, Calumet City borders Dolton, but it's different parts of Calumet City. It takes me 6 minutes to get to River Oaks. It'll take me 10 minutes to get to Village Hall, stuff like that. So y'all, it's okay. It's okay. Y'all don't have to go hard on everything, but it's our neighboring town. So let's look at what's happening in Calumet City. And this just happened the day after the DOTTS meeting.
City Council is accusing the mayor of playing politics to prevent a challenger from running for office. WGN's Jenna Barnes reports.
Standing out among the sparkling trees and candy canes at Calumet City Hall, orange barricades, yellow caution tape, and a sign announcing the building's closure due to unforeseen emergency circumstances. Mayor Thaddeus Jones, in an email, explained the closure was because of emergency pest control and water piping issues. But his challenger in the upcoming election sees it differently. What are the emergency circumstances?
We're having a meeting tonight to overturn something that the mayor's been trying to do for 3 years.
Alderman James Patton organized a special meeting Wednesday night to vote to dismiss this lawsuit set for trial this week. The mayor's administration filed it against city clerk Inyota Figs 3 years ago when an audit accused her of destroying documents.
We have contended for a long time that the lawsuit was not filed in good faith.
The day the city council is set to make it go away, an emergency building closure.
What you doing there, sir?
And a new lock on the front door.
Shut. Thornton Township, we in danger, girl. What do the plumbing issues, and y'all, I love to say your opinion. What do the plumbing have to do with changing the front door lock? See, that's just put the yellow tape up. See, that's when it get tricky. Just put the yellow tape up and call it a day and go home. If they get in, they get in. They don't have a quorum, hopefully. But now you changing the front locks. Sound familiar, right? Sound familiar.
You guys have covered Dolton. You guys have covered what's going on in Dolton forever. What's happening here is worse. Complete mismanagement.
The strife between these politicians isn't new. WGN Investigates revealed damaging text messages sent to voters in 2022. The alderman and clerk believed the mayor was behind them.
Well, they deserve Oscars. I mean, you should give out WGN Oscars for political theater.
Mayor Jones telling WGN News in a new statement about Wednesday's conflict, the city council doesn't have the authority to dismiss a lawsuit. Only the mayor can direct legal work. This is a political ploy by a failed candidate and a city clerk who destroyed city records.
I'd like to make a motion to dismiss this case.
A majority of aldermen still went forward with their meeting on the steps of the closed city hall.
Heal the South, Don. Heal the South. Oh my gosh.
In winds so strong, they knocked down one of those shining trees.
So y'all see how strong the wind was for them the day after? It was bad out there for us as well at the DOTS meeting when we were outside. It was bad. It was windy. It's cold. You know, I'm a Chicagoan, so not as cold as I'm used to, but it's cold.
The motion carries.
They approved the lawsuit's dismissal, saying they represent the will of the people.
It's been 4 years of bullying. It has just been a lot of retaliation and a lot of...
First of all, pause. Pause. Y'all can leave if you're mad at me for talking about fashion. But my girl right here with the red coat, she came through. WGN gonna be there. So it's me and my coat. It's windy. My girl neck out with her pearls. That coat is cute. Okay, keep on going, y'all. And I think that, if I'm not mistaken, allegedly, isn't that alderwoman someone that's pro Tiffany? Like, we've seen her on different podcasts. Let me look. See, I have to go back to all the stuff that's been happening with Dolton politics life. I think she spoke up for Tiffany Henyard during that time when they were doing that. And I could be wrong. If you guys' memory serve you correctly, let me know. When we were doing that, when Mary Avant had the rally for Thornton Township, that actually was in Calumet City in a parking lot. So I just want to see who's the so that's the clerk. Monet. Is that Monet Wilson? Is this her? I'm assuming. Is this Monet? It looks like Monet. I think. Is this her? This one right here? I think that she's kind of cool with Tiff. That's just my assumption. She came from church. Well, baby, she slayed that. She did that. She did that. Okay, Miss Lady with the that coat. Count me in. Count me in. Okay. I want to say that's Miss Monet, but I don't know.
The anger. And so therefore I'm glad today that finally my aldermen were able to stand up for what is right.
As for the plumbing and pest problems inside,
There are pest issues, but I don't think they're going to be resolved by Terminix.
this isn't the end of the political drama here. The
Wait
clerk
a minute. The shade. Did y'all catch his shade? See, this is why y'all fight. The shade y'all throw it. Look at this.
They're going to be resolved by Terminix.
this
It's right.
as for the plumbing and pest problems inside,
There are pest issues, but I don't think they're going to be resolved by Terminix.
this
Lord.
isn't the end of the political drama here. The clerk has also sued the mayor. That case is still working its way through the court. City Hall here is set to reopen on Friday. In Calumet City, Jenna Barnes, WGN News.
Welcome to the D and the C and the T. Thornton Township, Dolton, and Calumet City. It's and Harvey and the H, right? Because Harvey got their own issues. Okay, I'm gonna say this once. I'm not gonna say it twice. Hit that like button before I come over there. No, I'm just playing. But those Republicans, the Republicans, you better watch out. You better not. I don't celebrate Christmas. So how that song go? How that song go? Because baby, those Republicans are so organized over there in South Holland, quiet as can be, eating a nice bland Panera salad, minding their business. Give me the Caesar salad with the croutons, no dressing. They minding their business. Paperwork filed while every time you turn around, the Democrats partying and fighting. Y'all better easily could turn into a Thornton Township Republican town, because we want to act, not we, I don't even know what I am anymore, but everybody want to act the fool. But I'll say I'm a Daltonite, so because we want to act the fool. That's what I'll say. Y'all keep on playing these games. The Republicans sitting up there like, hey, paperwork done. Challenge done. Everything done. No Facebook group, no YouTube group, just correct filings and everything by the book. Y'all better stop and wake up and pay attention. Just go to the Lancet Journal. Shout out to them. Just organize. Just organize. Drinking and yelling. Drinking and yelling. They came in there, no refreshments. The Republicans said, what, you want pizza? You want, no. Bring your own water in a recyclable container. Okay? Be here. Have your filings together. Prepare to get up and do it again tomorrow. Rinse and repeat. And they're looking more polished day by day. Okay? They had a whole Republican caucus. Nobody said nothing. But anytime Tiffany enter a room, we yelling. Come on, y'all. Wake up and pay attention. That's all I got today. So shout out to everybody that come together as a collective and just try to bring you the news. Critical Smoker, Lancet Journal. Rico, thank you so much. Rico caught the end of Tiffany press conference today. So many people that just want to give people an overall look. Thank you, Conscious, for getting the warrant list that we've been asking for. Somebody tell Lori Lightfoot to cut Conscious a check out that $30,000. She did a full warrant list. did an investigation from her living room, I guess. So yeah, I just want to say, let's get it together, you guys. Let's get it together for the residents. No matter what you think about either side or whatever, just get it together for the residents and ask the questions that you need to ask. Now, I think I'd be more mad when people act like this whole time, we've been fighting. You're fighting for what? A position, right? Because now we see all those people that said they were fighting. Now they want positions, and then I'm sure another group of them will have jobs and all that stuff. I would rather you just say, hey, I could do a better job than Darlene, or I could do that. Instead of waiting to the last minute and saying, hey, let's go to I'll leave you with this clip. Let's see if I have it here handy, because I wasn't prepared. This is a live. Hit the like button. And this just popped in my head literally right now, because I thought about it like, wait a minute. I remember that has been my question for a lot of people. And I want to go to just in April. Let's see if I'll do a clipping of it. Let's go to it in April. Let's see. Hit the like button, you guys. It's really interesting because it's all like full. I saw people that were like right-hand people to Frank Zuccarelli. They couldn't get in. And it's so weird because when I see stuff like that, not because they couldn't get in, I'm like, man, it's like if your people aren't fair, this is what happens. So now you felt the way other people felt, and now it's like Tiffany probably feel how the other people felt, and now the other people go feel how Tiffany felt. It's just crazy. It's a circle of life. Politics, I could never. Oh my gosh. This is so bad. Okay, let me see if I can get this really good clip for you really fast. And see if y'all remember this. How long y'all let me know how long you've been rocking with this story or rocking with me on just covering the story. Now I don't know how good you'll hear this, but let's see. I'm gonna do a let's see. Remember, let's pull up this. I was interviewing Gardis. Let's see if we can hear this. Now listen about. I think I asked her about if she would run.
The successor of Sandra, and then we have former trustee Stubbs, and I wanted to know about. They just were talking about you in the chat, trying to see where you are. So I'm Burgundy Blue Commentary, and everybody's looking for you. Yeah. So do you have anything to say? What brought you out today? We know you support, but what made you really want to come out today? And you had other things to do, I know. Yes, I actually went to Girls Get Together. It's an organization that
I'm gonna turn it up. I'm sorry, you guys.
I'm part of. Yeah. So what brought me out here today, my community. Thank you. Township and my tax dollars. That's what brought me out here today to support the other residents of the communities that surround Dolton and to ask that the supervisor, Mayor Inyard, step down along with Keith Freeman, Andrew Holmes, and the other 25 people that come up here that mean us no good. Yeah. I am delighted to see you out here today. Thank you so much. Now, I have a question. Have you ever, we know that you were involved in the community even before you became a trustee. And then after you stopped being trustee, you still was involved. When you saw the changes and it was nothing that could be done about it, like the lockout and things of that nature, besides being angry, what made
Sorry, y'all. I was so nervous. So let's go. Let's keep on listening.
you take action so fast and get the media involved, get the community involved? Because after we did the recall, and that didn't go well for us, I still stay active in my community. I've always been active in my community. Wherever I live, I'm active in my community because I care about my tax dollars and how they are being utilized. Yeah, we are the second largest taxes in the state of Illinois, and it's a shame that this super mayor, as they say, and I say, the worst mayor in America is spending our tax dollars so frivolously and don't care about the people. She say she loves us, but in all actuality, the only person she loves is herself. And last question. We don't know any backgrounds, but were you, we know these two people that won't come to anything and y'all invited them, Stanley and Andrew Holmes. Were you shocked that Andrew Holmes turned out to be what's going on now? Were you friendly with Stanley or that Stanley won't address anything? Were you friendly with either of them? This is the way it goes. I'm getting ready to give you the tea. Oh, okay. Okay. Stanley Brown and his wife both work for Thornton Township, collecting the paycheck. He's also on the board of 245. And he's also a trustee in the village of Dolton. That's a lot of checks. They stacking their dollars. So it's sad to say that because
Hi, my name is Aarti Sampath, and we're making chicken tikka nanza.
And that look good. Hold on, y'all.
that God supply all your needs, not some of them. And they got to sell the people out. in order to get their money off. Andrew Holmes never lived here in the district of Dolton. Even when he first ran for trustee, that other fellow brought to town to get myself out, and I saw him.
Trustee Pearson?
Trustee Pearson, because that other fellow thought the job came with a cash register. He also had sticky fingers. And so we challenged him, myself, Pearson, and Mohammed, and he brought Andrew Holmes here to get rid of us. And he succeeded.
Wow.
But not only did Andrew Holmes get rid of us, he got rid of him. Okay? So he's no longer in there.
Wow.
And it's unfortunate because Andrew Holmes does not have a stake in this community. He made a comment to former trustee Ed Steve that if he lived in a tent out here, that's his stake.
Oh.
And that's untrue.
Yeah, that's not true at all.
And he never lived out here, don't live out here today. So he needs to come clean and go and step down from that seat.
Yeah, like why would, if you have allegations like that, you should step down, no doubt.
Right.
Man.
And to my understanding, that's just one person.
Oh, Lord. Now, I have a problem with that because people keep on saying that about Andrew Holmes to this day, that it's multiple people, sorry, and it's no follow-up. However, he was cleared. The cases were dropped in Las Vegas. So we have to just go with what we know. I wasn't there, so I can't say anything about that. But that's interesting. Like, if it's other people, it's like we just forgot about it. Not us as a public. But I think it's important to know that trustees never asked Andrew on record to step down.
I'm hearing there's more.
Well, trustee Stubbs, but that's how gossip and rumors start. Like now we're looking at other stuff, not taking away credit from anyone. Just that's how gossip and rumors start. Now I'm looking at this because this was just 8 months ago. So this was my final question. Thank you so much. I mean, bullets flying and all, you still come out here for your community, and we love that. Thank you so much. Do you ever think about running again, trustee, coming back? Not right now?
Not right now.
Yeah, we just always like to ask.
Yeah, God has put that on my heart.
I know that's right. Thank you so much. Okay, so she wasn't the only one I asked. I also asked trustee that same video. I'll link the video below so you can see it. I asked trustee Stubbs, would she think about running again? She said, no, not right now. And I asked Chris Gonzalez, it's in the same video and it's timestamped. I asked him, would he be running again? And he said no as well. Now we're up here. You know, you can check, it's your right to change your mind. Now we're here in this time, this date, and guess who two nominees are? Trustee Stubbs and Trustee Gonzalez for trustee of Thornton Township. Isn't that interesting? You can find that in that video I have linked here. I think it's important to look at the history of things just so you know for yourself, just so you know what you're seeing going on. Hey, Scott, and you are important. If you look at this video, it was several people. I said, are you thinking about running? More than just them two. And guess what they said? No. I see at least 3 on the ballot. Isn't that interesting? So we'll have to do the same with jobs when we look at it in the present day. When we go back and look at it after all of this is done, that's why I think a lot of people, we have to remember the media is controlling everything at this point. And we have no proof on either side. We just got that warrant list from Conscious where the Amazon stuff is itemized. So they already knew what was spent on $40,000. They just didn't tell the public. And now we're dealing with this situation and it's nothing to be said. And if you have something to say, they have to silence you. They have to attack you. They have to build a whole war against you or a community to hate you because you just want to ask, where's the receipts? If something happened, where's the receipts? How come all these allegations are going on and it's no follow through? It's like nothing ends. Nothing ends. It's like attack, allegation, this and that. And when they don't have anything to fall back on, they go back to Tiffany wear a wig. I don't know if it's a wig or a sew-in, whatever she wear, it's her business. What they got to do with what's going on. Let's see the paperwork. And I say the same thing on Tiffany's side too. But one thing I think from this community that we've learned, Tiffany kind of hold everything until the last minute, and then boom, she's a little more strategic. And intellect over emotion, as my friend said, intellect over emotion at all times. That's more Tiffany. She's not getting up there, she's gonna fight. So I think that's the different part. And it's just her. She doesn't, it really cracks me up that people are like, Tiffany got goons, and she probably got 2 to 3 loyal people on her side. It's everybody else a flip-flop. It might be 2 loyal people on her side. And the trustees have a whole community. But we're always like, oh, Tiffany got the goons. Like, what happened with the man stealing 15 hams? And then somebody, like, what happened with that? Didn't he steal like 14 hams and 15 turkeys? He walking around with his head held high for, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. But when I think about it, I'm like, is it that people are getting away with it? Or is it they just like, okay, y'all gonna go to the next scandal next week. We've been going through this for years. What y'all think? Let me know. Anyway, despite the parties and what's going on both sides, I'm feeling for the residents, because we're going to be stuck. And guess what happens after that? We're going to be stuck again, because it's going to take them years. They're going to say every time something go wrong, well, the previous administration. And we're going to deal with that months and months and months. So that's why we need to ask now, what's your plan? I'm not saying that the people that would fall in line, maybe they will do a good job. I don't know. But what I'm saying is we need to ask them. It has to be something more than vote for me. I'm better than Tiffany. 2 hours in. Let's talk about it. Sorry, I was long-winded.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
Hey, and anybody trying to see me?
I got some clothes. I got some jewelry. The rest I got tied up in investments. I ain't got nothing else.
Think for yourself. Have a good heart. Take care of yourself and each other. And you guys, below, go to my Sofi link so you can get $75 and up to $300 in your bank account once you sign up for Sofi checking or savings. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye.
Commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, comment blue, commentary, comment burgundy.